Okay, so I've done it. I've torn my bicep. 2 days out from repair surgery, and I like to blame this on Paul Linn in a roundabout way. But it's a long story, so I'm gonna get into the story here and tell you about the whole thing about how it's happened, and it's been a long process. So let's get into this. Okay, so I got on the table for the first time about 5 years ago, and a couple months before that, for that whole year before that, I'd been getting into arm wrestling and watching videos. And one of the people I would watch was Paul Linn, of course, and him and Devin were the top two guys that I was looking for advice and training stuff. Anyway, so Paul had this one video. Now my whole family, especially my younger boy, know who Paul Linn was. I'd show the videos and talk about how he trained, and he'd answered a couple of my questions in private messages. It was just awesome. But so he was doing a video where he was lifting up the end of the barbell, and I guess kind of working on back pressure and stuff, and grip and finger with hand control and stuff. So I was looking at the weight thinking, I think I got this. So this is a true story. Nothing derogatory about Paul because he's awesome, like I said. And so I called my younger son in, and I was like, Paul Lynn's my bitch. And so I was going left-handed, and I tried to pick that thing up, and I did it stupidly, and that's where you get hurt most of the time. Anyway, something tore. So on that arm, it got real purple through here, and there was, of course, some pain. So I kept working this arm, the right arm, and so this one finally healed up to where it felt pretty good. And then I started on the table. I actually went to my first practice not too long after that. But I noticed that I couldn't go inside like I can with my right. I wasn't a hooker with my right. So I've kind of developed an outside game with my left. I didn't, I had never had like indication that it was always hurting somewhat, especially after a hard like workout or real strong pull. But I never had any indication that from that point on that it was super injured. So anyways, long story short, I finished tearing it. This last blade show, many of y'all know that I work for a knife company and do some work with them, and we were lifting the toolbox, lifted it wrong, popped that bicep. Now it wasn't all the way popped. Originally they looked at the MRI, thought it was about 85-90% pop. It was actually considerably more, like close to 95, 98. I mean, it was hanging on by spaghetti thread. But it was an interesting thing, when the doctor was in there, he saw that it had scar tissue up to like a 40% on that tear. So I've been using this thing for the last 5 years with a 40% tear on my bicep tendon. So I think it's held up pretty good. It's given me a good 5 years. So went ahead and got it fixed. And I talked to some arm wrestlers, even a top one, and he was like, just do what the doctor tells you, and you can come back stronger. And a bunch of people have told me that. Even the doctor told me that. So I asked him for that, special placement of the tendon. Well, I don't know if he did, but we'll see. I don't think he did. I just think he did it the right way. So that's where I'm at, and so I plan to turn this into the giant pumpkin in the next 8 to 10 months while I let this fully recover and follow my doctor's protocol and start physical therapy, I think Monday or Tuesday. But that's where it is. Paul Linn, in a roundabout way, partially responsible for this. So there you go. But I'm going to be vlogging and just showing you my recovery. For you guys that are my age or close to my age and worried about an injury, it hurt. I felt it pop and it hurt, but it wasn't horrible. And you'll make it through. And just stay positive, be patient. And surgery wasn't too bad. First day, the nerve block kept me under control. Nerve block started wearing off. They gave me some decent painkillers. But it's not horrible. If you've had any kind of pain like that, you understand. It's not anything you can't deal with. It's nothing to be afraid of. Try to avoid it if you can. If you can't, There's a way just to take care of it, and you'll be okay. So I'm just gonna show you what I'm just gonna be doing some, cupping and stuff for the first little bit. I'm not gonna do anything huge. I don't want to have some kind of like what they call it, like a sympathetic memory, where I'm used to like grabbing real hard on the peg and then this thing goes. So I'm just gonna be doing some hand stuff and forearm stuff, maybe some pronation stuff, real light, not just to get back the feeling. We haven't done it in a while because of the injury. So that's where I'm at. Hopefully I come back a little bit stronger, and that'll be awesome. And I'll talk to you later.